Are there any ways that the Olympic Park, you know, that you see some of you every day and that's quite nearby, already is having an impact on your lives in any way, in any kind of particular ways that you've noticed? Any changes that you've noticed?
Are you talking about just from the building site?
Yeah.
How that's affecting us?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it does get kind of noisy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way it affects me anyway.
It gets noisy, and do you? I mean, does it affect it when you travel around the area? Does it sometimes have any? You know,
it does with transport, because they have rail replacements, and it just takes forever.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, do you think it's worth it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So you all seem quite you know, quite clear about that. What's behind this enthusiasm? Just give me some examples of why you think it's worth it.
More money into the community, and it's gonna cost a lot, yeah, because it's gonna attract more tourists, and in some ways it's good, but in some ways it can be bad, because crime is not gonna stop even though the Olympics is there, and yeah.
Yeah, I think they will put more money into like resolving crime and stuff like that, because they have to make Stratford look presentable, and they can't have it presentable if there's all like criminals and stuff like that around. So I think the government will put money into building schemes to help youth and stuff like that, which I think is a good thing.
And have you seen any developments already that you connect with the Olympics?
There's many more of them community officer people, not the proper police officers, but those guys who walk around like Leighton and Stratford in those red tops, I think, who just like talk to people, and they hand out leaflets and stuff like that when they're around, which is good.
Anything else? Anything that you've noticed, or any new projects, or anything that you've become involved with personally?
Most police stops and searches and make sure there's no knives or whatever's on the street, so it's quite, people starting to feel more safer than they do, and I'm sure it will gradually build up so there's hardly no knives in the streets. So, yeah.
So,
Clean environment.
yeah, it's cleaner. You mean in Walthamstow or around the park? Or?
Around, yeah, park areas, more recycling, which helps a lot.
And we've talked a bit about Stratford particularly, and it's not very far away. But what about, you know, in Walthamstow? You know, around this area, has anything changed around here that you might connect with the Olympics?
Not
Not really.
They just ask you to get more into sports and stuff like that, help you get more active and stuff. That's it, really.
And I suppose, you know, it would be interesting to think. I mean, Walthamstow obviously is one of the main areas where the Olympics is kind of taking place. Do you know the other boroughs, the other parts of London?
Hackney, Newham.
Hackney, Newham.
I think there's somewhere where there's somewhere where there's water.
Okay, well, I mean, just so to have a sense, you know, the Olympics are very much in East London, and it's Hackney, Newham, Tower Hamlets, Greenwich, and Waltham Forest. So they're the main kind of areas. I mean, what would you like to see change here around this area as we approach the Olympics and as we move on? You've already talked about things becoming safer, but what other things would you like to see?
I think that our communities and stuff, I think we need more money just to help the area better in general, and like just, I think the Olympics will kind of like change the perception of London and stuff like that, because right now it's a place where everyone thinks everyone just gets stabbed. It's not safe to go out anymore. But I think the Olympics will change the views of a lot of people when it gets shown in 2012. Yeah.
And it's gonna bring us together as well, like as a community.
In what kind of ways?
Because, well, it's a competition, so obviously people are gonna get into it, and they're gonna forget about all the other stuff that's happening around, and they're just gonna be together like it's supposed to be.